Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the NG Show. My name is Ngozi and with me today is the she said I should better call her by her full name, otherwise she will bite me live. And I kind of want her to bite me live, but I'm going to respect myself because it's YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, Adenike. So I don't introduce people because they do better introductions of themselves.
Oh, really?
So please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Adenike Oyetunde Lawal. I am first a child of God.
Yes, ma'am. Carabo.
I am the love of my father's life. I am Mr. Lawal's baby girl. And I am for all things life, pleasure, sub-life, and most importantly, God. So, yeah, that's what is who I am.
Absolutely. And Adenike is, but what do you do now for us as people? What are you doing?
So those things don't define me.
Yes.
But okay,
you are.
Okay, so I'm the general manager of the Lagos State Office for Disability Affairs, and I was the senior special assistant to the Lagos State Governor on Disability and Inclusion.
She's a warrior and a champion. Hey, you can't get her started about buildings in Nigeria how we're not ready.
Look.
But no, sorry.
Don't get me started.
We're not going to move here. We're not going to pivot. Do not, don't pivot her.
Okay.
But thank you so much. That was a beautiful introduction.
Thank you.
How is it going? How is the work?
My sister.
Easy. But the Lord is your strength.
If you ask me.
Now who I go
It's a lot of work, and truly for the first time, the reality of uneasy is the head that lies where the crown. That crown, sir. That's my newest reality, and
you're carrying it with grace.
Yes, I am, and I think that what intrigues me on a daily basis is it's supposed to discourage me.
You're not discouraged, encouraged.
Look, it just feels like it's fueling me. I'm like,
problem.
One chance.
Do you see the issue on ground? Do you see it?
Yeah. So
far so good.
So far so good.
Fantastic.
Good.
All right. On today's episode, we are discussing the ever popular Japa Pro Max, and I call it Pro Max because in 2023, that's what happened. Yeah. People have been exiting. There's been an exodus for a long time.
Yeah.
But something happened in the last year and a half, 2 years that just boom.
Yeah.
I dare say that before you came, we're having a conversation with my crew.
Okay.
Y'all, pretty much all my crew want to Japa.
Yeah.
They all want to go. So they just did me a peace sign. And the question is, the stories are crazy.
Stories of people who go? Okay. Yeah.
I know someone, not personally, but they reached out to me because someone was looking for help, who has Japa, raised money after Japa. And Japa, for those who are not Nigerian, is basically like the colloquial or local term that we've used for runaway.
Yes, relocating.
Relocating,
Let's
exactly.
do it better.
Yes,
relocate.
When you relocate,
yeah.
So relocation out of Nigeria in search of greener pastures is the ultimate goal. But a lot of people get there and they didn't anticipate what they've seen. Oh, pounds, I'm going to earn pounds, but those pounds cannot sustain any kind of lifestyle. For you, you get there, you don't have a place to sleep. People are paying £50 to sleep on people's corridors.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about Japan?
Yes, I have. And I've made a few attempts. And I think first aggressive attempt was last year.
Wow.
That aggression wasn't even primarily for me. It was for my sponsor and my leader. And we started to talk about several things. Okay, I started to place the pros and the cons. I
need to write down so we can talk pros and cons.
Yes, so if I was going to ideally Japa, I would have loved to move to a place like the UK, not far from Nigeria. Supposedly before global warming and climate change entered the picture, as against a place like Canada.
Okay. The weather is better than Canada. Yes, in comparison.
Canada, Australia, Norway,
Australia, you have left.
Finland,
you're not coming again.
Yeah.
No.
So the active effort did take place last year. Don't ask me where we are now, but the active effort took place last year. And I think also lastly, like you had mentioned, I paid attention to stories from people who had gone. And I like that people have started to share the realities of those stories.
Absolutely.
You know, so
absolutely.
Yeah, I believe that. I saw a video recently. Some guy, a woman, I beg your pardon, that moved to the UAE. And
wow, people are going to the UAE. How do you get there? There's no.
In fact, I knew it was bad when in 2021, or 2022, I went to Israel on pilgrimage. And
no.
Yeah. One of the youngest in my team actually did make an attempt to run away.
In Israel?
Yes.
The ones that are fighting with Hazard?
Yeah. So I then found out from the coordinators, you know, I'm very curious. I shall collaborate the person, come and give me story. And yes, they had said, different stories, because I went with the Lagos State Christian Pilgrim Welfare Board.
Okay.
But we also had the national body on that trip. And I heard stories from both the national level and the state level. And then my curiosity was, Israel. Okay, so you want to live in Israel illegally.
In Jerusalem?
The guy now explained to me that, what hurts them is the jobs that they get, you can't get anything outside of farming.
Where?
In the Israel. Let me say it, in the Israel. You can't get anything outside of farming. And then because of these agents that they pay, the agents collect the money, house them, and then start to move them mornings to the farm and then pick them.
Oh my gosh.
Every day.
So you can't do anything else
Nope.
but what they've given you to do.
You must stay there. You must have these conversations. And my sister moved. And you know, for the first time I started to hear issues of water. I said, what do you mean water?
What does water mean?
He said, yeah, water is so harsh for our skin. If you see skin issues, then I posted it on my Insta story, one of those, and I started to get responses. You know, families that have lived in Nigeria relocate, and then they're having very bad skin concerns. And because of the strain on the medical space in wherever it is you go, it's not an emergency. So you have to manage
manage yourself, yes.
Those conditions
over the counter, not even
months.
prescription.
God bless you.
Yes.
So I'm like, wait, yes, it's going to cost my sister over £2,000 to fix the water where they moved to fit.
Yeah, those things you can't budget for it. In the £10,000 they say you should hold when you're traveling, you can't budget for 2,000 to fix your water.
Single, I be one person or two people.
I don't know.
So people, the whole conversation, and you know, privilege is a very fascinating subject matter.
Yes, it is. It really is.
So when you tell them, calculate it, it just feels like, oh, you're privileged.
You're
That's
privileged.
why.
It's because you can go and come back,
yes.
or you choose to go and come back. Let me quickly pull this conversation back. Okay, I want to Japa. What are the reasons I should? We know that we know it's terrible.
Yeah.
What should I consider? What if you think there's a lot of things to consider?
Yeah.
For you, what would you say top 3 things are to consider? If I'm getting on I can't, I beg.
Okay.
Right now, I'm a hairdresser. It's not working. My salon cost whatever, the cost of goods. I want to go. What should I consider first? What are my 3 things?
First 3 things you should consider: God. Secondly, your marital status. Are you married? Are you single?
I have a boyfriend. He wants to marry me, but we don't even know what we're doing. So I want to go and see how I can help him to come.
Okay, so you are single. So where do you want to stay? Who do you want to stay with? Are you going to school? Do you want to get a job?
I want to go as a student. You know, I want to go and learn hair or something. I go to a hair institute because I've owned a business and a salon for many years.
How much have you raised in Nigeria? Have you paid
£8,000 now? So I have 8K.
Outside of your tuition, have you paid tuition to an extent?
I'm going to pay my tuition from that month.
From the 8K? You better stay in Lagos. £8,000 is what you have raised for tuition, living.
Okay, 15K.
Okay,
let's say it's 15.
So you have 15. From that 15, your school fees.
Let's say my school fees is £6,000 for the first year.
Okay, for first year. So, so 9,000 naira. 9,000 pounds
is left.
Where are you going to stay when you go?
My auntie says my auntie lives in Manchester.
This auntie, when last did you see her? Like, does she come home? You say na home?
No.
Does this auntie come home?
She has not come home in a while, but like we talk. And it's like she gave me her address that I can use to do
visa processing and all of that.
Yes.
Is this auntie married?
Yes, she's married. She has children.
Do you know the kind of house she lives in? They live in, okay. Do you know?
I think they have like a 3-bedroom house.
Do they have basements or attic? Do they have?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. So those
But
questions.
she said that there's a place I can sleep.
Okay, just sleep. She didn't say there's room.
I'm hardworking. Auntie, I'm hardworking. I can do like, I can, if they just give me where to lay my head, I'll work hard.
So this school that you want to go for that's first year, 6,000. What is the fee for the second year? How long is the course for?
The course is 18 months.
Okay,
so the whole thing will be like around 10,000.
Okay.
So I'll now be working, I'll be doing hair to make money and now be saving.
Okay, so you
again.
want to remain in the hair industry when you go?
Yes.
Right? The job you want?
Yes. Because I heard that people pay like, these braids that we're doing here.
Very expensive abroad.
Very expensive.
Do you have, have you found places that you have checked online that they braid hair that is close to your school or your auntie's place? You haven't? Okay, swallow saliva. Have you, this is your auntie's house. Is it far from your school or is it close to your school?
And Adenike, do agents ask these questions?
No, so even if the agents don't ask the question, you that wants to go, shouldn't you ask questions? And guess what, unfortunately, some of them ask those questions and the agents lie to them. So the question really is, the people who have, I think one thing that pisses me off is 2 weeks in the UK, 2 weeks in Canada. Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So if you are coming, calm down. So there's a pseudo reality we sell to them about this relocating of the thing. There are people who do it at no cost.
Yes.
If you go on YouTube and you are led by the Spirit of God, I promise you, you will know the people who have packaged their content just for the clicks. And you know the ones that are actually Spirit-led. Now, will some people still fall prey to, terrible people? Absolutely.
Yes.
You can go to this abroad and your auntie will be your angel. Indeed.
That's that element of God and luck. We've talked about that, yes.
You can go to this abroad and your auntie becomes a night and she will pick you from the airport and that's it. And just shows you, like you said, she told you there's going to be a place for you to stay. She didn't say room, place.
Place. Place could be under the stairs.
Yeah, it could be under the stairs. It could be the laundry room where they just put all of those collapsible beds. And if you are there, the question is, how long are you going to be there for? If I could have my way, unfortunately, I would actually rather that people go on a holiday first. And honestly speaking, it's a lot of money. And again, it goes back to privilege.
Yes.
But from experience, you and I know that, Alaye used to say you come holiday first.
Well, you would have.
You go.
Oh my goodness, can I tell a story? Before I went to college in America, my dad wanted me to go to school in Nigeria.
Okay.
My brother had gone. Okay. He left in secondary school from King's College. He was in America. My dad said, I'm taking JAM, I took JAM, I passed, I went to UI. Did you know that?
Oh, wow.
I went to UI, I was in Queen's Hall, my cousin's room. Because by the time my mom and my dad thought about it and agreed that she would go to UI, it was late and, whatever. So I had to stay in Queen's Hall, which apparently JAM bites, like 100 level students don't stay in Queen's Hall. Yeah, but I was in Queen's Hall.
Yeah.
My cousin was in 400 level, shout out and go. Love her. I finished secondary school, it was time for me to go. We used to go on holiday.
Okay.
During the summer. Again, privilege, yes, but it was summer holiday.
Different.
Now, when I finished secondary school, my dad had said I'm staying here. My mom had said I'm going. So it was now, even though it wasn't really my choice, if I had swayed in a certain way, it could have influenced a decision. So now I traveled on summer holiday after I had graduated from secondary school to go and stay with my aunt where my brother was. After that summer, when I came back, I said, Daddy, that my JAM results, I chose to stay in Nigeria. Yes.
What changed?
And I did my first year in UI. I went and saw how my brother was living. By the time I did 1 year in UI, it was not a year. Then they went on strike.
Okay.
And my mother was like, so then I left. As I was leaving, my brother was moving out, and so we got an apartment together. They could not close door in my auntie's house. Any money that my mommy sends, my brother does not see it. His trouser started to fly. They will not buy new clothes. But my brother was resilient. Me, my father's child, that summer, I did a summer job at IHOP. I was trying to think of how I'm going to spend my tips. She said, well, submit their money. Don't you buy gas in this house? I said, you are who, auntie? No, we would have killed each other in that house, that woman. My brother, it made him a stronger person.
Yeah.
Ekushe, God bless you, he's a great guy. Me, one of us would have been a corpse. That holiday, I came back home and went to UI. Resumed, I was okay.
Wow.
I even did Miss Queen's Hall, I won. You did hear?
Come on now.
Yeah, not Miss Queen's Hall. I was Miss Queen's Hall, yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, absolutely, yes. So, but after 8 months, I left and I then went, and my brother and I, we got an apartment together. And so we now...
So the realities changed with the living conditions for you and your brother.
Correct.
Again, you know that even if you did go out on holiday, the fact that you'll be exposed to the full extent of the reality is just a probability. You know that even if you did go out on holiday, the fact that you'll be exposed to the full extent of the reality is just a probability.
Yes, it's true also.
It's a huge probability. So I see people who want to Japa in different lenses. I see them as really resilient. And I know that for many of them, it's not the luxury of living abroad. It's just for the normalcy of life. So that the luxury, everyday things don't become luxury for them. And for people that have children, you know, I was asking those two questions. People that have children, it's an entirely different ballgame.
My goodness.
Childcare is not for the faint-hearted.
Yes. Do not, please don't be light.
Hey, $1,500 per child in 1 month. You have 3 children.
Yes.
You are the student. You have a limited hours you can work. Your husband now decides, you people now say, because care job is what is paying. He now wakes up after 1 month and says, so you made me sell everything before we left Nigeria. I'm not doing this. These are realities of what women are faced with, particularly in the UK. Because those are the people that always set ring lights.
Yes.
Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. We don't know stories from the US. Think about it. We don't see the stories from the US, and even Canada is even popular. You see those US people, they are shielded and they help each other out. In a space of 3 years. Boom, boom, before you know, green card, boom, boom, boom.
That's what I keep telling people. There's something about the span of the space in the US. I don't know, I keep saying this thing. There's something about lack of congestion. If there's space, New York is worse than everywhere else. So I've said it is something about space, spatial thing that makes people feel. In the UK, the fact that you were definitely probably sharing a bathroom with all her 4 children is different from the US, where maybe it's only you and one person, just because of the way the place is set up.
We set up.
Space.
So finally, my question will be, so what is your plan?
What is your plan?
What really is, is make it plain, write it down. Those realities are there. And because one of the first things I said was God. The fact that you are certain God told you, you've had a dream, He has confirmed it in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, everything is working in alignment for you to go, doesn't mean that it will still pan out the way that you had envisaged because God told you. Because again, for Christians, it's a very interesting phenomenon where once the strain comes, but God, you told me, look, that God told you and God is in the boat doesn't mean that the storm will not still show when you look out the sea.
Listen to me.
But look, they had to wake Jesus up. Alaye, you are sleeping.
Yeah, Alaye. The storm wants to turn our boat.
And he looked at, why are people stressing me?
Yeah.
So I know again that Japa exposes us to our realities, especially as believers. The language of your prayer begins to change. You now say, so you mean that there are no people from my father's side and my mother's side chasing me? You don't say
that's not even. But you know, I even want to turn left from believers, because most people, even believers, some people don't hear anything. They just, Nigeria is bad, I need to go. Let's even leave the religious angle, right? This is not peace, man. You know, they don't even hear anything. So please leave religion. I want to leave Nigeria. I've now saved £10,000. My auntie, something, and they just get up and go. I wish I knew what the number was, or percentage of
people that left.
I know people that have come back.
Yeah, I was going to get there. They are coming back.
I know people that have come back. The question is what? Let me try to even wrap up. Oh God, this thing. If I have £10,000 in Nigeria, if I'm able to raise £10,000, which is
over 10 million, 11,
over
12.
10, 11 million, What can I, and ignore
1,000
that
pounds.
uncle that was on a Rice TV that said that you can sell more for 1 naira. What can someone do? It's like, uncle, do. What truly, where can I start? Because for you, yes, better life.
With the 10,000 pounds in Nigeria?
Yes. If I truly have that.
So, my sister, the realities differ. You can have the 10,000 pounds today without any plans to Japa, and it completely changes the trajectory of your entire generation for the better. Things work out. You can have the $50,000 today, you lose everything. So I don't think there's a one size fits all.
Yeah, there isn't.
And I
really.
feel like people who have gone abroad in the past 5-6 years have done a huge disservice to Nigerians left in Nigeria. We need to stop selling a reality that is not. And should you choose that you want to share your journey, please be candid. Full spectrum.
Be candid. Give us your context.
Full spectrum.
Give us your context.
Full spectrum.
Yes.
I have one, Abu, her name is Prudence Aponiko on YouTube. She is legit candid. Like they had housing issues. Prudence put it there. They were owing school fees, husband's school. She put it. So that they moved cities in the UK. The life here is too expensive. We went over the weekend to see some of our friends in another place. We just realized that if we move to this other city, my husband doesn't have a job, so it means that school is only school he's facing. Let me face the job. She's candid. Those are the kind of stories we want to hear.
Yes.
So that in your
Not
Lagos
regrets.
that you are here, you and your husband are managing your together, you are pulling maybe 800, 850, 900 per month. You now want to collapse everything. Prudence and her husband took loan. They took loan, family helped them, stood shorties. So from the UK that they were paying his one, when she does YouTube, people, I don't pay, we don't pay. So people were on the journey with them.
Wow.
Because what she had now found out before she started to share was because she had gone abroad, everybody was in her DM, share. And it's the desperation that these supposed agents feed off of.
Yes.
And they feed off, you go, you sell your mother will stand. Your mother that is a civil servant,
Hello.
go to her cooperative, collect loan.
To start.
And don't forget exchange rates. So Momsi collected 10 million naira from microfinance or loan. By the time you do go, they not refuse us visa. They say make we come back, make we show the thumbprint. By the time we finish, it's now 1,500. Meanwhile, when Momsi collected the loan 3 months ago,
it was 900.
God bless you. So those are the realities. There are buffers.
So
In the honest truth, let me say this now, and there are people that they travel on holiday and their life changes. I have a friend that lives in New York and always says it, that he came on my radio show. Someone listened. My friend is almost a US citizen today.
The element of
in the
luck
space
and
of 5-6 years.
Yes.
There's nothing, in fact, I've had to restrain myself from this. There's nothing I've ever had to need that this person knows of that I have never gotten a surplus of. I tell this person, you can't repay me. I did my job. If you hadn't told me, I wouldn't know. It's the truth. If you didn't tell me that this is the reality.
out of the mouth.
Do you understand?
You know, the people that are watching will know the blessing that you've been this morning. I want to summarize with 3 points. 1, and I said this morning, even though you didn't say it. Share your story. Before you run, while you're planning it, if the opportunity brings itself up, you're on a radio program, you're here, share your story. Someone might have something that will save your life.
It's fear now. That narrative of don't share it before it is
Before the
time.
devil will collect it
They'll
from you.
steal it.
They will not.
But those are the realities that people face. Is why I just saw a video when I was coming here. I saved it. Someone shows up from abroad after 8 years and puts. I surprised my friends because I left 8 months ago and I didn't tell them. In my head, I was watching. You can't be my friend.
You can't be my friend.
You left.
Where?
You did not tell me.
You now came back to surprise me.
Maybe
back.
Maybe they resolved it, as the person reached there abroad.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me because you thought I was a witch. That's the only reason.
Yep.
So I'm a witch.
I'm so
Goodbye.
sorry. So share the story. I just needed to say it because
is-
what makes people not share their story is that fear. And when you say share the story, she's not saying set up ring lights.
Thank you.
Look for that 1 or 2 people.
The ring light is the problem. There are safe spaces that you enter.
Microphone.
You know.
This course is you. I've been running away from podcasters, so because
the people that they show their podcast on the camera, they're the problem. When you see the camera, the podcast is in view. That's where this problem started. You see the podcast in view. That's the problem. Listen. No. One. Talk about it. Somebody has a story that can help you. Right? Number 2, do your research. You've talked about prudence on YouTube. Do your research. And then number 3, truly understand whether it cannot work here. Truly understand. I remember one day, Trude, years ago, I've met Devil and Trude, long time ago, when Trude was telling me, he wants to start this with Trude show, I said, I've never left the country. I've never. Now I wanted Trude on my show. Trude said,
realities have changed.
But he doesn't want it. He's going on holiday, he's coming back.
Yeah.
Once you decide this is what's going to work for me, it is the story of. I'm not saying that abroad is not. Our education system is a mess, yes. And abroad education is a great one, yes. All these things are great. The question is, at what expense? That's the bottom line.
You forgot to add the 4th point. If it's not working abroad, please come back home. Please come home. You don't want this same prudence. Interestingly enough, one day we were on the call and she just said, please hold on. She was speaking to some man sleeping at the train station. And she had to say, let me call you back. Yes, he has been living like that in the UK for many years. Because of shame. An immigrant? He's even illegal now, so he's just moving. So come back home. Come back home. Please, forget what people will say. They're already talking. They will talk, whether you like it or not. Come back home. And you know, even though I hate it, I hate that thing. The element of our culture where you can help your cousin and help, they don't have it there. It's annoying sometimes because some family feel entitled. One uncle will just show up, but because our culture exists. Because I said last I will have village. last they don't have village there. Because even in the village you pay mortgage there. I'm just telling you, even in the village that you still be paying mortgage. Do you understand? I'm so glad that we did this. Thank you. And I hope somebody's life is transformed.
I really, really do.
Please.
Think about it, ask questions, reach out. If you have any comments, make them in the comment box. Under the screen, click subscribe. This is Adenike's IG. She's doing amazing work. Thank you so much for all that you do. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, keep it real. You have to say keep it real. Keep it real.
Keep it real,
guys. Bye.
Bye. Kisses.
Kissing.